Hello, 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 hello. I'm so excited to be here today. I've been waiting for this for a long time, planning it, working on it, and it's super important to me what we're going to do today. So important to me because this is my thing. I want everyone to feel good in their lower back because I didn't. I didn't for a really long time, like 15 years, I lived in chronic lower back pain and didn't know how to get myself out. And I figured out how to get myself out. And then I've been teaching that to many others, thousands of others over the 30 years I've been teaching, and then the 15 years of really knowing this particular practice. And this particular practice in the last 15 years has really impacted so many people and got them out of pain. So while I wait for people to get on, jump on here, I wanted to just tell a little bit of a story that just happened this morning. And, I've been accused of being woo-woo, and I want to tell you that I'm a very logical person. Like, everything has to make sense to me in order for me to teach it. I just don't hear about something and then start teaching it. And my energy body teacher was an MD, very logical, very smart woman. And it was only learning the energy system from her that I really hooked into it and really understood it. So I'm totally like a believer in energy movement and in the energy system of the body. And then I also have begun to believe in the magic of the universe because I've had so many experiences with the universe. And I had one of them today. And it is like, I was on my mat doing my practice, and at a certain point in my practice, I stop and I read A Year with Rumi. That's my thing that I'm doing this year, is I'm going through and reading a Rumi poem. I love poetry. You'll get to know that about me if you don't already. And I've been reading one every day. And so I opened up to today, January 11th. And the title is Back Pain. Oh my God, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? This is thank you, world, thank you, universe. I get the message. I am supposed to be doing this. And so you are supposed to be here with me. All of you who are here, you're meant to be, because I got this big message this morning. And I am going to read this poem to you because it is everything I'm going to teach you today. And it's so weird when that happens. I mean, I love it. It's just like, gives me goosebumps all over, and it sends me into this, okay, there is energy moving in this world, and there is something greater than me out there that lines things up. So hello, everybody. I'm just going to say hi really quick, and then we can get started. Awesome. I can't see some of you, but hey, Pamela, Kimberly, Paula, Kim, glad you guys are here. Natasha, see your sculpture behind me? And I'm using your mat. Hey, Debbie Ryder. Kim, glad to be here. Karen, Tracy. Oh, Debbie, love it, right? That universe lining up thing is so cool. Sandra, Michelle, Margaret, awesome. So happy that you all are here. And as the rest of you jump in, I'm happy that you're jumping in too. All right, so from all the years of my own back pain and then figuring it out and then teaching it to many people, this practice, I know that in order to overcome, we're just going to talk about lower back pain today, but it's about everything, anything that's going on in your life or in your body, is the first step to healing is awareness. and you're here, you know you have lower back pain, otherwise you wouldn't be. Second step is acceptance. Like you have to embrace A, that you have lower back pain, and B, that it's doing what it's doing for you and to you. Yeah. So you have to begin to love. That's my definition of acceptance is love, and my definition of love is acceptance. You have to love your lower back just as it is right now. As achy as it is, as many difficulties and challenges as it gives you, as much as it prevents you from doing the things that you love to do, the step that you have to take to heal this is that you have to love it. You have to accept it. And I know that's difficult, especially when it like keeps you up at night. It just is always there and it's nagging at you. But the deal about this is that we are not just a physical body, just a bunch of parts put together. There's something else going on, and we have this mental thing happening. We also have souls, and we have this soul thing going on, and we have to connect all of it together and love all of it. And if we're just hating on our lower back, it's not going to get any better. So does anybody hate on their lower back? Hey, Michelle Gunn. LOL from Natasha. Does anybody like in non-acceptance of their lower back pain? Well, let me know, let us know, because you know what? You are not alone. For sure, you are not alone, because this lower back thing is hard to deal with. It's, like it took away parts of my life for a really long time. And I will tell you that my lower back challenge is I have an SI joint that goes out of place, and then it causes all kinds of stuff going on in my upper vertebrae, and then sciatica shooting down my leg, all that kind of really good stuff. But I put it back in, and I don't live in chronic lower back pain, but I can't do certain things because if I move a certain way, it can go out. So I can't like crazy dance. I can dance, but I can't crazy dance and really like swing my hips. And I just have learned I'm back dancing. There was a time when I wasn't even dancing, but I have to be, mindful. I have to talk to it. I have to give my lower back what it wants. And that's the key. Like if you are hating on your lower back, you're not going to listen to it and give it what it wants. And I'm telling you that it wants your love. It wants your attention. It wants your love. So let's get busy on opening our hearts to loving our lower back. And you're going to need a couple of tools. So hopefully you have your mat out, and you're going to need a noodle ball or a noodle ball. This is a noodle ball, or a swimming pool noodle if this is too intense. Now try this first, because it is like magic over time. But if it's too much, you can use your swimming pool noodle. Also, if some of you just didn't get all of your supplies yet, you can take this is just a towel, beach towel, and you can just roll it partially up. So it's about as thick as a swimming pool noodle. So you decide what you're going to use. I'm going to use my noodle ball because I freaking love this thing. All right, and I'm going to turn my camera down so you can see me. All right, so I'm taking my noodle ball, and I like to push all the balls together, and then I'm going to lie over it in the space of my lower back. Now, I don't know exactly where it needs to go when I just come onto it, so I just roll around a little bit. Kind of keep my head up. I can use my hands if my neck hurts. And guess what? Your neck's going to feel better after this too. And then I find where I'm the tightest. Oh, and then I begin just to lie over. Now, as I lie over, I start to breathe. I take a deep breath in and a full breath out. In through my nose, out through my mouth. And I just let myself begin to settle in. So join me. Come over your noodle. Begin to settle in and breathe. In through your nose, and you're directing that breath right where that noodle is in the back of the heart. Exhale out through your mouth, say ha, ha. Releasing that breath from your heart. Ha. And then as you get more comfortable here, you can begin to move your head and neck. You can begin to stretch through your arms. You can begin to rock side to side. So in order to love on our lower back, we have to be in the space of love. And our heart is the space of love. Now, I do not know where you are tense and tight in your heart space. So you are going on an exploration right now. Deep breaths in, full breaths out, rocking side to side. But when you find that place, there's going to be a spot, I already know where mine is because I was on it this morning. It's right here in my right shoulder. When you find that spot, then you stay on that place and breathe. And you're going to begin to talk to it. What is that pain all about? You can ask yourself, what is that? What is stuck there? It's about love, or I would say it's the opposite of love. Pain is in your heart is telling you that there is something going on, a belief, a thought, a desire that is not of love, and it needs to be broken up. And maybe one of these spots that you're finding is the spot that prevents you from loving on your lower back. Because your lower back doesn't just get tight and tense and painful just because. You don't have accidents and injuries in your lower back just because. It's messages from your body. You are meant to figure something out there. You are meant to get a message and think a new thought, believe a new belief, try something different, maybe try loving on your lower back instead of hating on it. So as you move and breathe and feel and notice, begin just to ask each tight, tense place that you roll into, what is that about? And what questions are what you ask the body. The body answers what, that's it, not how, when, where, that's the mind. All right, now keep rolling, keep breathing, opening your heart up to love. And once we have that heart open to love, then we can start loving on our lower backs. I do this every day. I roll the ball in my heart space every day because I want to open my body to loving everything in my life, everything about my body, every thought, every emotion, every action I'm taking. And if I don't open my heart, I might not be loving on it. I might do something that I don't love. I might think a thought that is out of sync with me and my love. And so I want to start every day with an open heart, and I do. Now, the other thing about back pain and rolling out in this space, and notice I'm rolling up and down. I'm even going to get way up on those shoulders, sit up and get on the top of my shoulders and work there. But the other thing about back pain, and the reason that we start here, is that when my heart is really hardened, now keep rolling, I'm just going to demonstrate. When my heart is really hardened, and I might even be hunching forward, it puts so much pressure on my lower back. Many of us are hunched forward in our heart spaces. In order to look like we're sitting up straight, all we do is stick our booty out. And then it looks like I'm sitting up straight, but I'm not. If I take my tail down, you can still see that my heart is closed. And so tight hearts, tense heart spaces really cause a lot of lower back pain as well. So not only are we opening to love, but we're releasing the tension in the tightness that we hold up here in the heart. And it takes a moment. I don't want you guys to do this stuff quickly, girls, boys and girls. I don't want you to go too fast to try to get it over with. That's another piece, is we are moving faster and faster, and we attempt to take our bodies and treat our bodies like that too, just like, you know, our yoga has gotten super fast and super hot, and it's meant to be slow. It's been proven that we don't make changes unless we work in an area, hold a pose, stay on a spot for 2 minutes or more. And I really want you to get this so that you can begin to feel some relief in your lower back. And for today, what I really want you to get is an open heart. And I want you to gain that open heart. So breathing and moving and finding those knots of tension and staying on them and breathing in the love, taking it in. We live in an energy universe of love. I know it seems like we live in an energy universe of fear. That's just our teaching. Are we going to choose fear instead of love? How many of you are choosing fear? Lower back pain is a lot about fear. So today, choose love and practice that. Opening this precious heart space. All right, I'm going to teach you one thing that I really like to do once I've kind of got my heart opened a bit, is I go to the top of my shoulders. I can even lift my bottom. My arms are overhead, my head's to the floor. I love to move my head and neck around too. And I call this ironing out. I just start rolling down very slowly. I set my bottom on the floor and I keep rolling. And my shirt's cut. And I keep rolling until I get to the bottom of my wings. And that feels so good. So let's do a couple of those. So just roll back up, lift your bottom, and slowly ironing out those kinks in your heart. Oh, feels so good. And again. Nice. Now just stop for a moment at the bottom of your heart and take a couple of deep breaths in and breaths out. Move that head and neck. Nice. Now all you're going to do is roll to the side, one side, pull your noodle ball out, and just set it aside. You won't need it. Now here comes the most important piece. You've opened your heart. Just lay there for a moment. Have your knees bent, feet to the floor so your lower back is as long as it can get. I don't want legs straight because it creates an arch in that lower back. So for those of us who are doing this together, no more overarching of that lower back. So keep your knees bent, feet to the floor. And then just breathe in and out of the space of your heart for a moment and feel. Roll your inner arms out, palms up. And feel that open heart. Spend the time, take a moment, and really feel that opening you created. So we rolled in the back of the heart, but it opened also the front of the heart. And feel it. Move that head and neck around, and you might notice that your neck got released out of the tension of the heart. Well, your lower back got released a bit too. You might feel that too in a moment. All right, one more deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, do nothing. Exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Now take your hands and just hug your knees in. And make some circles on your sacrum, just circling your lower back, both directions, easing it out, and breathing in and breathing out of that lower back now. Like focusing all of your breath and attention down into that lower back. Now really draw your knees in and come into stillness and rest here and breathe in and out of that lower back. And bring up what you say to yourself about your lower back. Maybe you say like, oh, it hurts, it's so painful. Maybe you tell others you have a lower back problem. Whatever it is, or maybe try to do what you used to do and you get kind of mad about it, like, dang, lower back, I can't do this because of you. Whatever it is, just lay here and bring that up and breathe some love into your lower back. Now, as you sit here with that thought that you think about your lower back most often, I want you to begin to consider the opposite of that thought. Like if it's like, dang, lower back, I want you to think about, oh my gosh, you amazing lower back. Or if it's like, oh, I'm so upset because I can't do that, say, oh, I'm really happy that I can't do that. So bring in the opposite. Bring in the possibility that thinking a different thought might bring. So stay there and breathe. And just begin to notice what thinking that other thought, like, oh, my lower back is so painful. Oh, my lower back feels good. My lower back feels good. And notice what happens when you think that new thought. My lower back feels great. I'm really happy that my lower back's giving me a break from doing that thing that I love to do. Now when your lower back is feeling a little better and you're breathing in and you're breathing out, really go in with love energy and ask your lower back, say, hey, I'm here, I'm listening with love, with an open heart. What is it that you want me to know? What is it? And just stay here for a couple breaths and listen. Nice. Now, if you're getting something, great. Just hold on to that. If you're not, just keep doing this today. We're going to talk about your challenge, but come back to the floor and ask it, like, what does it want? What does my lower back need after you've breathed some love into it? All right? Awesome. Now you can stay there if you want to, dropping your feet. You can walk your feet apart, knees together, and just stay here. But I'm going to roll over and come up and just see if anybody has any questions, and then I'm going to talk about your challenge of the day. Yay! So let's see. All right, Deb Ryder. My husband says, my tombstone is going to say, oh, my back. Oh, right. Yes, we do exclaim and talk about our lower backs when they hurt, right? Ready to get started. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are all here. So that was Cheryl, Janice, Michelle, Jamie, Kara. How do you say that? Carrie's? Glad you're here. Patty, yay, you made it. Naomi Davis, Birdie Beer, late. Better late than never. Naomi Davis, hi, didn't see the start. You can go back and watch it. Awesome. Robin, Lori, Jeannie Friedman, hi, love the challenge. Yay, Linda, Dorothy, Karen. I'm so glad you guys are all here with me today. So, what came up for you? What did your lower back say? Now, I've asked you to have a journal or something to write on. You can even just print out your pages if you want, your email, and write on there. But I want you to write down what your lower back said. So you can take a moment now and write it down, or you can do it in a moment, but I don't want you to forget, because it's really important what your lower back has to say to you, what your lower back has been trying to tell you. My lower back has been saying the same thing to me for years and years. Basically, she's been saying, quit pushing so hard, quit working so hard, take it easy, rest more, be more, do less. You would think that I've got it by now, which I do a lot better than I used to, but there still are times when I go try to push that envelope, where I try to dance like a crazy woman. Or like yesterday, we've had crazy winds and my house was dusty and the wind stopped. So I went out and I thought I was going to clean the whole house all at once. Well, I got partway into it and my lower back started talking to me. And because I've been doing this for so long, I listened to that and I stopped and I only cleaned half the house and I rolled on my balls and got my back to feeling beautiful. So I never allow my back to go into that chronic lower back pain thing ever again. I'm done with that, because I listen to it and I stop and I give it what it needs. And that's our challenge for the day. So today, I want you to, whenever your lower back starts talking to you, I want you to stop whatever you're doing. If you can get on the floor, just like we did a minute ago, and bring your knees into your chest and just breathe that love into your lower back, that would be the best. But some of you will be out and about and you can't do that, but stop anyway. Just put your hands back there, come forward just slightly, and breathe in and out of your hands in your lower back, in the space of your lower back, and just stop. Stop and notice it. Send it some love. Listen to what it's saying. And if it says something to you, pay attention to it, give it what it needs. If not, just send it love. Just love on your lower back when it starts to get in pain today. Take the time. I too have bought into, like, we got to do things fast. We got to do things quickly. I got to get things done. And that's not true. My work when my lower back hurts is to stop. Breathe into it. Feel it. Give it some love. And love it back into feeling good. Okay, you on board? Any questions about that? Let's see. Wow, so much tension released, right? I'm so glad, Leslie, that you noticed that. We get all this tension in our lower back, and then we treat it the way that we do, and it gets more tense until it's just a big knot of tension and pain. And we walk around wondering why, because we don't ever stop and just love on it and open your heart. Like, keep the open heart bit from now on. Like, use your noodle ball or your swimming pool noodle or your rolled up towel or whatever. Highly recommend either a swimming pool noodle or my favorite thing that I've ever invented. I think maybe this is the only thing I've ever invented, and I wasn't really the creator of this. One of my other students kind of discovered it. I just put these in a sock, 6 tennis balls. She had hers in like a little tennis ball carrying case. That's how she figured it out. And then we put them in a sock, and it's been awesome. We created this like 25 years ago. It's been forever. And it is the best. Let's see, Patty. I might be spending the whole day on the floor. That's okay. Yep, there were days when I spent the majority of the time on the floor, loving on my lower back too. Let's see, Kim. What about during flares where it's hurting constantly? This isn't the case for me today, but it is at times. Then you stop. Like, right? Like if your kid hurt themselves and they were crying, would you make them keep going? Like, let's just say, they hurt their foot and it was painful. Would you keep making them walk? No. But we treat ourselves like push, push, force, force. Why? I do not know. Except that we've been trained to be doers instead of beers. So stop. And like, okay, you have to go to work. Take a break every hour and just really love on your lower back. And you can too, just like mentally, just change the thought. Oh, my back is in so much pain. Oh, my back feels so good. Just change the message. And that works too. Let me tell you, that really works. Did you feel that a moment ago? I hope so. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Naomi, the tennis balls really hurt. I think we'll try a pool noodle. Yes, they do in the beginning. Can anybody jump on and help me out with this one that's used the noodle ball? But Naomi, keep using it because it will feel better and better. So maybe like just use it for a few moments and then switch to the swimming pool noodle, because your body will get used to the noodle ball. It will. And I'm telling you, it'll become your best friend. I taught a yoga retreat in 2018 with a bunch of people that weren't familiar with the noodle ball, and they nicknamed it FNB. The F is for, F you, right? And so they called it the effing noodle ball. Yeah. Until like over time, they all started being like, wow, this is like the best thing ever. Like every one of them uses a noodle ball now and loves on it. So keep going, keep going. You will love it. Thanks, Kim. You will love it soon. Patty, it will get better. Thank you, thank you. I even switched to lacrosse balls at times to get an even deeper release. I'm telling you, you will do that. You will start to want a stronger, harder and harder ball in here that doesn't have as much give, because it just feels so good. But in the beginning, I understand it may not feel like your best friends. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Michelle Gunn, I so love my noodle ball. Now, it was so painful at first. We called it an FNB, right? Effing noodle ball. Now I truly love it. Deb Ryder, they do, but it's only temporary. Soon you'll love it. Natasha, you can double up the socks. It'll make a noodle ball a little softer. Oh, I never even thought about that. That's a good idea. You can do your double sock thing. Seriously, my students teach me so much. What a great idea. Thanks, Natasha. I really appreciate it. All right, so does anybody have any more questions? Anything else? I really want you to go out and challenge yourself today to stop whenever you have pain in your lower back. And maybe even if you're not like feeling a whole lot of pain, just stop during the day, lay down, hug your knees into your chest and give it some love and just feel the difference. There are times like I'm like going along going, oh my gosh, my back feels so amazing. And then I'll go do my lower back practice and be like, oh, it took it to a whole new level of amazing. So it can happen like that for you too. All right. Bye. I will see you here tomorrow and the next day 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 and the next day. 7 days. This is, well, 6 more. It's so much fun to have you on board. Thank you for watching right now, those of you who are on, and those of you who are watching this later. I'm so happy you're joining in. And ask any questions at any time in the Facebook page. I'll be looking today and answering any questions. Have an amazing, pain-free lower back day. Yay!